All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back here for another week of Overwatch 2 action. This time, we are, again, ECAC with our BVU Gold team. I'm going to be your host today. Coming from beautiful and very snowy Storm Lake, Iowa, the infamous JV Band JV back on the mic. One more time for you guys for this semifinals match. Here's my main man, Iron Giant, once again, back to your regular scheduled programming. Iron Giant, how are you doing this fine evening?
I'm doing fantastic. Other than the cold outside, we're nice and warm in the stream room, ready to watch some good old Overwatch.
Exactly. And tonight, for your semifinals match, going up against the Southeast Missouri State tonight in your ECAC matchup. And while we got you here, let's go ahead and go through our lineups tonight as, actually, no, what are our character bans today? We have, we're banning Ash, they're banning Kiriko. I'd say that's pretty...
That's pretty average. I mean, both characters are pretty up there in the meta scale. Kiriko is just generally good. Support, the Suzu cooldown is one of her cooldowns, and saying it, what it does basically makes you invincible for a couple seconds and heals you. It can counter ults, it can stop pushes, it's really good. So they're trying to get that out of there, so we can't play it. And we're banning Ash, which might be a DPS, which is not that great in going into.
Yeah, and really interesting. I actually learned this from our good man, full legal name actually. When you do the character bans, you actually have to ban someone also from that same, like, you know how you have your tank, support, DPS, you actually have to ban someone also from that category. And here we go. We're going to get our first team fight of the evening, and Reba Hippo's going to start things off on the Genji. We saw them in our NECC championship game last week, and they're still on a roll. Look at him go.
Say, great kills, great picks off of him, starting off the fight there, getting one early pick and then finishing that Sojourn there, Tortoise. Tortoise? Yes.
Yeah, that is indeed Tortoise. I don't know. Strange word to read from Southeast Missouri State. We'll keep you updated. We got some rosters coming your way at the end of round one here for game one. Remember, our round one on point is going to have to be best of 3.
It looks like BVU here, Gold, is looking for a Mauga Reaper comp with Venture. Want to get in their face, want to go fast, want to use that life steal that Mauga and Reaper have together to live and survive throughout the fight.
Guess 7 trying to put in work, takes down Tortoise. However, that is backslap, excuse me. DeRaptor takes down Dill Fizz. You know, we've seen some crazy names. Dill Fizz and Dizzy Zizzy. They're really going to make us, they're going to make us work today.
I'm having a hard time even pronouncing Tortoise.
Yeah, and then we have a Tortoise and a No Trust. No Trust, Tortoise. Again, similar names. I don't know. They must be loving it.
Nortis switching to the Junker Queen, trying to counter that Mauga, but not finding any luck at the first team fight.
Yeah, no luck indeed as DeRaptor and Prologue GM. Oh my goodness, there's another one from DeRaptor, takes down Dizzy Zizzy 99. And DeRaptor kind of just being a big body right now. No one has been able to touch him so far.
I say Tori switching over to the Reaper, slowing any ult economy that they had. But now BVU Gold coming up with DeRaptor with the Mauga cage and backslap with that BAP window. It's going to be interesting how they're going to use it for this next fight, if they're even going to try to use him at all. Most likely a cage here from DeRaptor is the most obvious answer.
Okay, and big, there's the cage you just talked about. Weeba, Hippo, DeRaptor both getting kills. Tortoise does end DeRaptor, but Prologue GM still in there, still trying to get damage. Weeba, Hippo, they just ult on him. Yeah, that's tough. You never want to see that if you're the opponent. But
not just trying to find an answer alone in that cage. They did get the DeRaptor kill. They did get the Guess 7 kill, but the Hippo just got the blade, and that was it. That was fight.
Yeah, too powerful is Weeba Hippo and the Red Hawks from Southeast Missouri State going to fall. Your Beaver Gold team takes round one, and Iron Giant, why won't we go through some of our rosters that we have here this evening?
As we said, Notris switching to the Mauga, Tortoise on the Reaper, Dizzy Izzy on the Venture, Ari on the Ana, and Dilfiz on that Brig. It looks like they're trying to mirror a Mauga comp here with different support back lineups. We're going for the slow but heavy damage on a Brig comp rather than the somewhat fast BAP Lucio that the Beavers are running.
And of course, for your Beavers, your usual lineup tonight. we're going to have Backslap, Prologue GM, Weeba Hippo, Guest 7, and as you've already heard his name called tonight, the one and only Diraptor.
Diraptor put in heavy work here, but the Hippo and Guest 7 are just great supports here, putting up the DPS. Oh, there goes Hippo.
Yeah, good stuff by Dilfiz, not letting Weeba Hippo get behind. Let's see a big slam from Diraptor. Dilfiz goes, and Dizzy, Izzy, and Tortoise getting kills, however. So still going to be the man advantage for the Red Hawks.
And say that backline putting in work, Dilfiz doing the job of protecting the backline against Hippo, not letting him get any kills like he has been the last round, which kind of stopped the momentum of the BVU Gold to get that control point first, and the Red Hawks did instead.
Yeah, and now, again, 13%. The Red Hawks get their first point capture of the evening here in round 2. We're going to see a big slam coming in. There we go. Dilfiz goes down. Guest 7 was there. Hippo's going to get a kill. Diraptor pushing even further now. And there goes down No Trust.
Good picks off of the BVU Gold here. Now just finding to clean up. Everyone low, no CDs on the Red Hawks side. Great cleanup from BVU Gold. And just great execution there. Malga going to slam in the back line. Brig can't do much against a Malga. So that's just game over.
Yeah, and last week, if you guys were here on Friday, our Gold team was playing in the NECC championship for the division. They had a really hard time taking point back if someone took it first. But seems today that, we might be able to, I don't know. Maybe we just regrouped. Maybe we just got through. Anyway, what I'm trying to get at is we take back point and we're doing a lot of damage.
They're finding the answers they learned from last time, and now they're finding the ways to just take it back and play that aggressiveness that they might have lacked last time.
The Raptor's going to fall. Dilfiz and No Trust both getting kills. Guest 7 falls. Prologue GM falls. And just as I, mentioned that we're getting the point back, immediately losing it once more. We saw the Malga cage come out from No Trust, and that was pretty much the big difference between the two.
Say Backslap trying to use that window support, but Malga cage is in Nano that strong to just clean up the fight there. Now it looks like BVU has Blossom and maybe Lucio here for this next fight to try to see if they can take this point back.
Don't know if they're going to need him. That's 4 kills. 5 kills as a TK for your Gold team, led by Diraptor, even though he only got the last kill. Everybody else in on the action. Takes down all 5. So, yes, you were right. We didn't even need the ults, as Prologue and Guest 7 still have their ults. And the point is back in Beaver possession.
That is great ult coming advantage for Beavers there. They just have more ults they have to use. Tortoise has Blossom, but that's it for the Red Hawks. Everything else is looking Beaver side up.
65% and counting for your Gold team. Here, battle of some Reapers. Guest 7 leaves the point. Tries to catch him. No, I think he uses the ult, and Tortoise actually is going to get all the kills instead of Guest 7. The battle of Reaper ults.
It looks like, yeah, Tortoise went first, used it just a bit faster than Guest 7 there, so more damage output. Guest 7 had less health starting out, and they kind of wasted it. They should have held it on, but I saw the vision that Guest 7 had.
Yeah, I mean, whichever Reaper killed the other one was going to have the advantage. I mean, obviously. And it ended up being Tortoise. That was a big triple kill. Pushes the Beavers away. We are tied 80-80. And usually when you see a tie this deep, it's usually one-sided, but not tonight.
You say it looks like, yeah, Diraptor just forcing an answer out of Red Hawks, using that cage effectively, killing 2.
And No Trust's going to go down. Ori also falls. There's Weeba Hippo. Dilfiz goes down. And usually you see one side gets like 90, and then the other side tries to work their way up to 90. This point has been kind of flipping back and forth all round 2. And the Beavers, they're back in the driver's seat, but a lot of things still left to play.
There goes Backslap's window as they're now trying to stop Tortoise's TP on that.
And Tortoise, oh my goodness, you can't escape the Genji. Oh, there's Weeba Hippo. He gets 1. Almost got a second one. Going to go to Guest 7. And Dilfiz falls. Diraptor has to live. Someone's got to heal him.
As they're just trying to deal with this one Malga left, and
I think they got it.
Yeah, there you go.
Good heals. Diraptor survives. Guest 7 and Prologue GM take down the rest of the Red Hawks. And that's a good Game 1 victory for your Beavers.
great work by both sides there. That first point kind of heavy on the Beaver side, but at second round, really back and forth game. It could have went any direction, but the Beavers held it strong for that last team fight, winning it and winning them the map in total.
Let's go see your play of the game, brought to you by the Raptor. And yeah, jumping in gets 2, almost a third, and that right at the end. Yeah, I think they get a third. So great work there by the Raptor. Great work by your BVU Gold team, and they're gonna take game 1 home 2-0 in our game 1 rounds, and that's gonna finish it for that one. We'll be back to you with game 2 underway. Again, the semifinals match. Winner of tonight. I think it's still best of 5. Championships best of 7. But again, the right to play in the national championship is underway for their ECAC division. So make sure you guys don't go anywhere. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. This is game number 2. We're going to be playing on Hybrid. This is your Kings Row map. And your Beavers, yeah, we're switching sides. We got to switch our score here a little bit. Oh, it's going. Yeah, they be messing with us sometimes. We're going to have our bands, Southeast Missouri State, the Red Hawks. They're going to ban Lucio. And our Beavers, we're going to ban Venture here for game 2. And interesting bans as we walk into this one.
It looks like the Red Hawks did not like that speed boost that we got from Lucio. So they're trying to find a different answer by just banning him and outright. They don't want to deal with him, and maybe that's the key for them winning. While the Beavers are banning Venture, they maybe just don't want to get, especially in this Kings Row map, they don't want to be pushed around or moved around by this Venture, as it looks like they're going for more of a poke comp. So that's probably a smart move.
And again, maybe the Lucio, like some endgame type stuff where they, try to touch the point. Cannot do that here in Kings Row. All right, on Hybrid, your Beavers, they're going to start on defense first, right? That's what you just said. And then the Red Hawks, not ours, we are the Beavers. Red Hawks, they're going to be on the attack first, and let's see where we're going with this. And they're gonna run a Sigma to start. I feel like we see Sigma just to start on attacking all the time, and then we never see him again on Hybrid.
Sigma is iffy there, not really great at absorbing damage, but that kind of is it. That's all of his stuff he got. So they're trying to see if they can stall point, waste as much time as they can on defense, and then maybe switch off of him if that's not working.
And Reba Hippo takes down Dill Fizz. Good start. And oh my goodness, Reba Hippo, you gotta watch out. Throw the stuff down, dog. Throwing the turrets, hoping to get some good damage off. And here we go. Nostress falls to the Raptor, who immediately falls. So still no tanks for other side. Could see a big fight here. Serial now in the game over Guest 7 and gets 3 kills to help push the TK for your gold team.
Serial snuck in the back line there, going through that little room on his right, and no one shot him. No one noticed him. I didn't even notice him.
He was sneaking around.
Until he got the 3 kills. That was insane work by Serial there, really changing momentum as the Beavers were very close of losing that fight, and Serial turning around for him.
Here we are. Red Hawks trying to get back into this one. Tortoise and Ari, or I guess Tori destroyed a turret. But anyway, No Trust takes down the Raptor. We're going to get a Kitsune rush from Prologue GM. Now that Kiriko is back on the table. But is that going to matter? Ari, is that 3 kills? Am I watching Juno get a triple kill? Is this a real video game?
I say insane.
Is this a fake video?
Insane work. Ari there using, I believe, the E ability to just auto lock on allies and enemies, dealing damage to enemies, healing allies. And yeah, they were just, all of them were low enough that they just took it, especially with the grab from Notress there. Beavers committing 2 ults to that point and losing. It's going to be hard for the ult economy for Beavers. Let's see how they can deal with it, as the Red Hawks only committed 1.
Yeah, we are down 1, and as you said, 2 down. Backslap's going to get the ult. Big old tidal wave looking. Ari, another kill. Wow, this is the most Juno kills I've ever seen in a game. Prologue falls. There's Dizzy Zizzy. And yeah, the payload's starting to get pushed back a little bit. No choke points right now for the Beavers. They're not able to hold them anywhere.
I say Juno did get buffed recently, this new patch update.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she can, I believe, now crit. Normally Juno could not, just like Ana, hitting headshots did not matter. But now I believe in the newest update, Juno can crit. So yeah, that heavier damage output from Juno can help confirm kills, as we are seeing Ari do.
Yeah, no, trust me. Ari has been getting mad kills. Already back up to over 15% on the ult. Tortoise walking in. Oh my goodness, he gets taken down by the Raptor. That is a tough way to go. And right before the objective, Gold trying to hold them before they make the point, but this is gonna be hard.
They finding answers though. Hippo getting kills up top. Wow, the Raptor is just trying to stall point here, not letting them cap.
And No Trust takes down the Raptor. This could be bad for Gold. Dilfiz is in there, takes down Hippo. Serial falls, and that's a big team fight victory for the Red Hawks, and they're going to push past the objective.
The Beavers having a hard time here without the Lucio. That might have been the key here, as the Red Hawks are just pushing 4 minutes on clock, already 2 points in, trying to secure this third one. This is the hardest for attacking as defenders have the spawn advantage. Let's see if Beavers use that to their advantage.
Yeah, and no Lucio. Again, as you stated, are they just struggling to get behind? Is that kind of what you think is going on here, Iron Giant?
Yeah, I think they just lost the momentum that they had with Lucio, that movements that Lucio give, and there's that area effect healing that can just help the DPS live a bit longer without having complete focus from a support. I think that's what they're losing or lacking.
Yeah, Tortoise and Dilphis takes down Hippo and Sira Uwu. Uwu now switching on to the Tracer. The Raptor kind of in a fight of their own. Yeah, and gonna be tough to even make it out of this one. Saved by 2 players. And all right. Look at the Raptor tries to live as long as they can, but ends up going down. I think they fell actually.
So yeah, Raptor's shot. Zarya can damage himself with the right click, so trying to shoot the enemies, accidentally doing that splash damage to himself, killing himself with his own move.
Tough way to go out. Ari, again, another ult. They seem to have like 5 ults this game. Crazy work on the Juno. Siri Uwu falls again to Tortoise. Prologue's trying to get a kill. Trying to maybe at least push him away, but there's no trust. That is a triple kill for the opposing Zarya. Dizzy Zizzy in there, and that is going to be all she wrote. 2 minutes, 51 seconds left for the Red Hawks as they make it all the way to the end here in Kings Row.
The Red Hawks just had the momentum throughout the whole match. Maybe the Malga mirror went the Beavers' way, but the Zarya mirror, Red Hawks forcing Beavers into Zarya mirror, and it's just not working out for them. Kings Row might just be a better map for Red Hawks.
Yeah, and unable to get any of our usual choke points that we see on the Red Hawks. The defense just getting picked apart. No Lucio, no speed back there. And then, of course, characters like Juno. If no one's going to be able to go get them, they're going to be able to supply a lot of support, a lot of heals, a lot of, whatever Juno's be doing out there after the buff.
I say Juno looks like the Red Hawks just are more accustomed to Juno's speed boost and Ari just putting out that raw damage with the E ability and just the normal headshots or the normal clicks on the body. So great work from Ari there and just supporting the Zarya. But it looks like now the Beavers are switching to a Malga comp they're more comfortable with. Maybe that they can find an answer there. They just have to be careful with that frontline Reaper Zarya combo that Tortoise and Notruss have. They have to work on those bubbles, call those bubbles, and then push when Zarya does not have any. And maybe that can be the answer to them to win and bring this back to maybe a tied 3-3.
Yeah, hoping that we get to see overtime. Remember, your Beavers, your gold team, will have to push all the way to the end in order to force an overtime period of any kind. And let's begin. We have, again, as you said, our Malga being played by Raptor and Freya for Sira Uwu. That is an interesting choice in this one, Iron Giant.
So yeah, Far maybe trying to just get the poke damage, waste those bubbles so that the Malga and the Reaper, Raptor and Hippo can find answers, but they're just finding deaths right now.
Yeah, walking into Dilphis and No Trust. Going to combine for 3 kills. Uwu gets 1.
Hey,
but yeah, this is just not what you want to see. You can't get lasered when you got some missiles.
Yeah, say that's an unlucky stagger there. Now they have to wait a bit longer. They have an attacker spawn advantage. They don't have to wait that long to get Serial back in, but they just can't go full throttle until they have 5 against 5.
More of those bubbles coming out from No Trust. The Raptor trying to go maybe behind. No, they're playing some mind games out here.
Losing 2 to Dizzy Izzy. Looks like the Raptor trying to shove Dizzy Izzy out of that off angle that they had, but finding 2 before Dizzy Izzy got shoved out. Unlucky. Now swapping to the Zarya mirror again. Maybe they can find an answer here as they can't find one with Malga.
Yeah, the Malga seem to not be working. The Zarya battle is going to be crazy too. Maybe use those bubbles to our advantage instead this time. Weeba Hippo trying to get this Reaper damage. Unable to go. There's another great bubble from No Trust. And just no kills, right? Very hard to get kills on this team. And finally, Weeba Hippo starting to break things up. There's 1. There's 2. And again, finally successfully pushing them away for our Beavers to start making progress on the point. And it took 1 Weeba Hippo to get it done.
Great work from the team here. Looks like Raptor and Hippo just dancing around the cover, making the Redhawks use their cooldowns. Reaper had no Wraith, Bubbles were out, and so they couldn't really sustain with the fight.
But now the back end are the Redhawks. Tortoise leading the charge. There's Dizzy Zizzy with another 2. And that is a big reclaim of the point.
Prologue trying to find a TP, anyone here to save him out of that room, but did not find himself. That No Trust just killed him in the corner.
Very unfortunate for our very own Prologue GM. 4 ults for the Beavers, 3 for the Redhawks after they just used 2 of them, so they almost had 5.
I say this looks like Beavers have to use heavy ult here, as that Redhawks kind of use all of theirs, but there goes the Zarya grab and the Juno ult.
Yeah, there's a big ult. There's another one. Here we go. The Raptor pushing in on Dilfizz. Dizzy Zizzy falls. Ari goes down as well. There's a Kitsune rush. There are 2 ults for the Beavers as they finally finish off No Trust, and I think they'll be able to finally get the point and start moving. 3 minutes, 24 seconds remaining. We're going to be in for a long one here, I think, Iron Giant.
Yeah, but great work. The Beavers have the ult coming with 3 ults now, only using 2 in the fight, while the Redhawks used 3, the Sojin OC, the Juno, and the Zarya. So this is kind of great work. They have 3 ults working with the Beavers and none with the Redhawks. So we're going to see how this works, but I'm expecting the team fight win for Beavers here if they use them wisely.
Yeah, luckily, you know, anytime you can win a fight with 2 ults to your opponent's 3, always a good sign. Here we go, Serial Uwu and Reba Hippo both using their ults, getting 2 kills. There's the Raptor with a 3rd. Trying to push even further, push them back. No Trust, get out of here, No Trust. Goes down and Ari falls as well. Zapped by the Raptor's laser.
Great work from Beavers here, using the Serial ult, getting bubbled there so Serial does not die. One of the negatives of Forest out there is you just stand in place, can't move. So great, taking the attention away, and then Hippo clean up with the Death Blossom. That now they have no DPS ults to use though, but it looks like Redhawks don't have really ults here, so we have the Raptor with the grab to maybe oh my gosh.
Put people together. We're going to combine them as we see right here. There's the grab from, oh my goodness. Backslap's getting there. Siriu is getting there. Backslap a second time. And that grab is going to potentially be a game breaker.
Great work from Beavers. I was trying to say secure the cap point that they did using that grab. So great work there from the Raptor. Now it looks like both teams don't really have much ults. Backslap coming up with a Juno ult here. Maybe they can use them go first. If Beavers go first, they can use that momentum that they have to secure that 3rd point with great time clock behind them.
Yeah, and I think Backslap saw how good Ori was using the Juno, decides to go on it. Seems to be a great idea. And we're back in. We are a good number of meters away. The time officially in favor of the Redhawks, if the Beavers can even, push it to the end. Here we go. Raptor with 2 kills, 1 on melee. Raptor, oh my goodness, again, takes down Tortoise. They even had an ult.
Tortoise dying with the ult there is not going to be great for the Redhawks, as maybe he can get in there and blossom on point if not just stalls long enough. There goes 2 Juno ults from both sides.
Yeah, 1-on-1. Raptor and Notros both getting kills. Serial falls. And Notros pretty much at full health. Where are you gonna go? And Tortoise, yep, in there. Still, they're still holding the ult. Notros has the grab. Dizzy Zizzy with the glorious Bob ult. This could be detrimental for your gold team, having to push it just a couple more meters.
Arya and Dilfil using both ults to stop any momentum Beavers had. Stop that push, which was important for them for these next couple fights. Hippo having Blossom and Serial. Ooh, dies with the barrage. That's going to be heavy for Beavers trying to win this fight.
Yeah, that's tough. Serial had the ult. Now one of their, again, altars has to go down. And oh my goodness, the big fight, couple bubbles. Nobody dies. Ari putting out some more support. And here we go. Here's the grab.
Double grab from both teams, trying to find answers.
And that, oh my goodness, that is not what you want to see. If you're the Beavers, instantly 4 kills in the opposing grab. Dilfizz gonna finish him off. The Beavers stuck outside of the payload, and wow, just over a minute left.
So he was switching off the far, trying to find an answer with that barrage and that grab, but getting caught in the back line of the Red Hawks and just getting shredded. Dilfa is finishing it off with a boop of the whip, the mace whip. Now switching off trying to see maybe more damage with the Sojourn.
Kitsune Rush comes out. Prologue takes down Tortoise, trying to take down the glorious Bob. Rest in peace, Bob from Dizzy Zizzy. Pretty goated, I won't lie.
Great kite from Beavers, wasting those both ults. They might have had to sacrifice that Kiri Rush, but all 5 are still alive, and the Red Hawks have no ults to use while Hippo still has that Blossom.
Yeah, have to push it to the end. Gets 1 kill on Dizzy Zizzy. Ari, I don't know how they're living, finally goes down. Weeba Hippo gets him. Tortoise just jumps off. And there's backslap. Now it's time to push the payload. Still have to try to make it to the end, even if they only have 15 seconds left.
Red Hawks trying to switching off people. Dizzy Easy on the Tracer to touch point. No Trust on the ball to touch point. Maybe just trying to waste as much time to see if they can get that full cap, as the Beavers are just trying as hard as they can to get any picks they can.
Yep, the Beavers have to, again, your gold team has to push it to the end, regardless of what happens, even though they have no time remaining. And try, and we're going to see a lot of stuff come out. Ari, Dizzy Zizzy getting kills. Oh my goodness, the Tracer, Dizzy Zizzy. 1 more time, 2 more times. No, just on the ball, low-key ball main. And forces our gold team out. That's going to be a Game 2 victory for the Red Hawks. Able to defend right till the very end. What do you think of that, Iron Giant?
Insane work. It kind of looked like that was it after the last fight. Beavers winning, but Red Hawks switching very fast over to those high mobility characters like Ball, like Tracer, using Juno Speedwing to get the Reaper out there and getting that all 5 of them on point. Just enough time to kind of stall enough for that Dizzy Izzy to get that rally, which kind of swung the fight there. Rally just pushing everyone back, and Dizzy Izzy cleaning up the fight. It's insane work.
Yeah, great defense from Southeast Missouri State to end that one. We're back with Game 3. Again, your score tied 1-1. Remember, I am pretty aware that it's still best of 5. We will check, make sure that it is. And again, 1-1. Big Game 3 coming up. Make sure you guys don't go anywhere. More Overwatch action coming your way here tonight. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. It is game 3 here on what? How do you pronounce this? Is this Suravasa? All right, see, look at that, look at that. I'm learning map names. Isn't that great? This is this character development I know everybody at home was waiting for here for our Flashpoint map in game 3. And not surprising, we usually see this quite a bit. You know, if we are able to take game 1, we know the capturing of points is pretty good. So we go towards Flashpoint as soon as we can get it.
Saying now, it looks like Beaver's banning that Junker Queen as the Red Hawks ban the Baptiste. Beaver's, yeah, banning that Junker Queen. They're going to run the Mauga. They want to run the Mauga. And Junker Queen just kind of counters it and is hard to play into with the Mauga. So great ban pick from Beavers, and especially picking Suravasa, which is just a great map for Mauga in my personal opinion.
Yeah, you know, sometimes it's not necessarily, oh, what are my opponent's main, what is my opponent's best character, but rather, you know, let's just ban the obvious, you know, the obvious counter.
Yeah.
And that's what they're going to do. Oh, no trust. You're messing with me. You're teasing me. I thought you were going to run Roadhog. It was going to be cool. I was going to be like, oh, wow, oink, oink, Roadhog stuff. But not today. Going to stick on the Zarya because it has been working pretty good.
Zarya's just really strong, especially with that Reaper combo, just getting the charge off. And especially in the Mauga, it's not as hard as Junker Queen, but it can make things difficult. You kind of have to use your brain a little bit more against the Zarya.
That's awesome. Guess 7 and Weeba Hippo. Guess 7 obviously back in the game now, and Weeba Hippo falls, but 3 kills. Dilphys goes down. The Raptors holding their own outside of the point, and it has been taken over for the Beavers. Already 15% and counting, because we already know this, right? Flashpoint. These points per percentage, they're going to go up so fast.
Okay, so yeah, getting that first capture is so important, so crucial for this. It's making the Red Hawks switching over to the Mauga. No trust on that Mauga, not finding much answer with the Zarya, so they're just going for the Mauga mirror.
And no kills after the slam. Thought maybe we were going to see something. Reba Hippos in a battle. Yeah, 5 HP. Not going to live. The Raptor falls. No trust gets him, and the point is in jeopardy now. No trust with 2 kills. There's Dilphys again. Guess 7 just, you know, trying to do some things, but not going to work. Not on a 3-on-1. Yep. Gets taken down by No Trust again.
Hey, yeah, looks like Hippo trying to find an answer in the back line. But yeah, Dilphys, just like in the other maps, finding him with that big support, not letting him dive, get any potential or opportunity to get anything effective out of that, killing that back line. So maybe they have to try something different, find a different approach.
We'll see what goes on. We own the cage coming out from the Raptor. Gets no kills. Actually, 2 get lost for the Beavers. Weeba Hippo not in a good position. Gets taken down. Gets 7 again. And this unfortunately was what we saw in our NECC championship on Friday last week. The Beavers, they, you know, come out strong. They take the first, or they take point first in Flashpoint, and then they lose it. And that's just it. They aren't able to fight back and, you know, reclaim it. In game 1, we thought maybe we were going to reverse that, but I don't know anymore. It's going to be tough.
So there goes the cage, but the Blossom with the cage. Oh, not finding really much except for a lamp.
Yeah, Tortoise and Guess 7 both using their ults at the same time. We are accustomed to seeing it. And again, as soon as the Red Hawks just take the point, BVU Gold, they cannot take it back. Just not something they're just not able to do. And so they're going to lose yet another point in this fashion. Hopefully they can just hold on to the point here.
Yeah, Raptor going a little too far. Maybe not expecting the team to be on point already, but they're going to get punished for that as the backline just gets shredded. So yeah, going for that charge early. Maybe he got surprised with all 5 being on point. Doing a ring into a Mauga charge with no trust. And there goes the backline. Mauga just goes straight in right past the Raptor. And that's kind of the fight for Beavers there.
Yeah, they're really tough. Last, what is it? Point number 1, we saw nobody was on the point. Beavers were able to grab it. And then this time, Southeast Missouri State, they were like, oh, no. We already know we're going to be able to defend it. Y'all can't take this from us. And so, yeah, there for DeRaptor. We didn't know. And almost a kill. Again, these, like, really close calls. I don't know if they're going to be cutting it here, Iron Giant.
Yeah, that was very close. But Dilphys barely getting out there with a rally. And it looks like Prologue trying to support him with a amp. and a beat, but not finding much answers. That rally is just killing up the Beavers. Rally countering the Raptors' cage on first point, and now stopping any momentum they had on the second point fight. Red Hawks 57-58, now going 60% here. Looking about last fight territory if the Beavers can't flip it.
Yeah, this could be a determining factor in our Game 3 success. And look at this. Ari and Dizzy Zizzy getting in there. Another cage from the Raptors trying to get anything to go. And just cannot. Tortoise with a pair of kills. Notris in there as well. Guess 7 falls. And that is it for point 2. 2-0 for the Red Hawks here on Flashpoint. Best of 5. So they still have to do it one more time. But man, our Beavers, how did they get in on this combo that we're seeing from Southeast Missouri State?
They were looking well. I mean, the Raptors saw that they used the rally in an early fight, so he thought the cage was a safe idea. But Tortoise with that Blossom just finishing it up and clean everyone inside there. The Beavers got some kills, but they just couldn't kill and like finish them off. And having Tortoise with the Blossom switching the fight up and killing the rest of Beavers, just like this fight. They're finding kills early. Beavers are finding kills early, but they're not finishing the rest of the team.
Yeah, they might get one. And that's it. They're not able to take another one. No Trust in Tortoise. Notoriously, we've been watching, just living at like 1 health and then just walking away and not dying. And because they're not dying, you know, it's just so hard for our Beavers to get in. Hopefully something will change. Ari using the Juno ult. That's going to push everybody out. We saw Prologue try their ult as well. Just unable to get anything done. No Trust again. There's Ari one more time. And great stuff from the Red Hawks. They're going to defend and push out our Beavers. 41% and counting. Things are not looking great here on Siravasa.
It looks like just the Red Hawks are just using the ults more effectively at the right times. The ult economy is just in a better state than the Beavers, which is what the Beavers are having trouble with. They're finding the kills, they're finding the pushes, but then 1 or 2 ults from the Red Hawks, just like this rally, is just switching the fight on them. And it's just causing mischief and chaos that they can't deal with.
Yeah, there we go. Again, one more big team fight for the Red Hawks. Maybe someone can touch point here with 90% and counting. Gonna be a tough one. I don't know. We'll see if our goal team is able to. Weeba Hippo trying to get in there, and they do. We're gonna force overtime. Right before, and
can Raptor finish it? Oh, Guess 7 barely misses touching point.
Thought we were gonna have at least the overtime period, but we could not. Southeast Missouri State using these ults way more effectively in that game 3, and being able to just to live, not even necessarily getting kills all the time at once, but living. And
yeah, just Dilf is really just great rallies across the board. Using those rallies, just stopping any chance that Beavers had with a team fight win. I say rally against the cage, rally against that push, and then just rally and like using solo rally in that fight, switching the fight up. Even if they got a kill extra, it just stopped any momentum Beavers had.
Yeah, tough one for the gold team as they go down 2-1, but be able to force a hype game 5 if they manage to take game 4 home. So you guys don't want to miss this. This is where things need to turn, and hopefully our BVU gold team can get it. Make sure you guys don't go anywhere. More Overwatch action coming your way. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, game 4 underway in the Rome Coliseum. We're going to be running a push, and Iron Giant, you already know our main man who comes down for our push passage. Who is he? What is his glorious name?
My BVU certified Bobby Pushin.
It is indeed the wonderful Bobby Pushin. And for anyone who doesn't know, you're like JV. What are you talking about? Who is Bobby Pushing? You're talking about the Ash alt, and of course not. His name is also Bob. But no, this guy, Bobby Pushing, he's actually in the middle of your screen. Look at the score back at the top. Little robot man has to push. I don't even know the wall.
Yeah,
thing?
barriers.
The barricade.
Barricades. I think it's like 150 meters on this map. It's different depending on the map, I believe. Don't quote me on that. I just know it's a lot of meters.
Yeah, we're going to have to be pushing a lot of meters. And for the Redhawks, they're going to be an Ana. Interesting. I don't know if we've even ran that tonight, but they're making sure we don't.
Yeah.
And then the Beavers banning Reaper. Interesting choice. For our, I know they ran it a little bit earlier, but did we even see it last game? I'm not sure.
Both teams ran Reaper. It's
okay.
Tortoise was just more effective on the Reaper. The Blossoms were just there, gain more kills. So I think they just did it because they just didn't want to find him anymore.
Yeah, I kind of forgot Tortoise is kind of the go when it comes to playing Reaper, it seems. And so the Raptor running, Hazard. There we go. I know what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. I know what I'm doing. We've Hippo Falls. This is gonna be our first team fight of game 4, match point potentially for our gold team. Going to have to win this one to stay in it.
Say both teams running more high mobility here on Coliseum, kind of swapping off that Zara Reaper style with that Brawl, more going of a dive. Hazard's more of a brawly dive, but yeah, Ball with the heavy dive just kind of cause chaos in the back line as he is right now. It's just surviving kind of a giant cockroach that never dies.
Yeah, that was the big problem for our gold team in game 4. Game 3. They weren't able to get any kills and finish people off. So hopefully with the Hazard, we can start to finally finish some people off.
Say Guess 7 on that Venture and Hippo on the Genji, not really finding much to dive on right now. They kind of need to coordinate with Raptor there to take less pressure, as Hippo is trying but not finding much, as Dilfist really is just putting in work. I say maybe banning the Brig was maybe the right call here with this comp other than the Reaper, because that Brig Dilfist is just not laying anything down that back line.
Yeah, kind of cooking. And remember, we're trying to dive, but no trust in the ball, right? They're going to put these landmines out. How do you dive when you're seeing a bunch of stuff on the ground? You
kind of just have to hold on to. That's one of the great things about Ball's ult or Hamster's ult, is that the team can just sit in it, the allied team, and it is kind of hard. You have to clear the mines first or get affected by it. So you just have to think a bit more. It's another layer in planning that they have to do to deal with.
All right, Ari goes down. We get to see Raptor with the kill, but no trust takes down Hippo. Guess 7 looking for some cheeky Venture kills, and thought we were gonna see it. Not today. Prologue goes down. Tortoise falls, so we're getting some trades. And Guess 7 in the Battle of Ventures falls, and look how far Bobby Pushin has already been walking for the Redhawks.
The Redhawks, got to the first point. Now an advanced spawn, as the Hamster is just putting in what Dilfist sitting on Bob, making sure he gets escorted well and nice, not really getting contested there, running away, as it looks like No Trust is trying to stall Bob as much as they can to have a full team regroup.
Big stuff. Already 78 meters and counting for the Redhawks. They get to spawn closer. So even more frustration potentially for the gold team. And the Ball, right? You don't really see a lot of people run this character, but seems to be doing extremely well right now against our gold team.
It's kind of it's like a hidden gem. Some tanks just can't play Ball. Some tanks can play Ball. And the ones that can, if you can play them well, you can play them much effectively, especially a team that doesn't really know how to deal with it, which is kind of what the Beavers are dealing with right now. It's either you got to put all your focus on the ball or none of it on the ball.
And speaking of that, Hippo gets 2, 3 down in total. No Trust finally falls. There's Prologue GM. Gets the kill, and Bobby Pushing gonna have to start sprinting to the other side of the map. Let's get things started. We've pushed it. half a meter so far.
Say Beavers with 4 ults here and Redhawks with none. As I said, you kind of just have to either focus on the ball, shred him down, get him out, or just kind of ignore him, which is what they did. And they got the backline first and ball dying last. That's just how it's got to work with ball. It sucks. It's annoying, but you just got to deal with it.
All or nothing. Dizzy, Tortoise getting 2. But Guess 7 comes right on back with 2 of their own. Evening things up. Tortoise goes down. There's the Raptor. Yeah, big ult coming out from them. And oh, how are you going to run away from Guess 7? How are you going to run away?
Dude, insane work. The Raptor living on literally 1 HP, just hiding behind the pillar, letting Hippo and Guess 7 do the work. And they are finding the answers as they clean up that fight. Maybe Natras trying to get the kill on the Raptor, but the Raptor holding back and finding help.
Unable to push the barricade too far, our BBU Gold team. But yes, finally, it seems that the problem that Gold had in game 4 is now the problem that we're seeing, or excuse me, game 3 is now in game 4. We are the Gold team just not dying.
I say they are living here, finding those kills on those squishies, working together and like putting the damage together, finishing off kills that either Raptor needs to finish off or Hippo needs to finish off. Great work from Beavers.
And pushing Kitsune Rush. Tortoise goes down. And no more kills coming after that, but successfully pushing away the Redhawks.
Oh, no
Once more.
Sneaking Bobby push on the other side.
No, Bob. Yeah, come on back, Bob. You certainly wouldn't want to leave. But the Raptor falls. Already gets him. No trust. Guess 7 getting pushed by Dizzy Zizzy.
I say, yeah, no trust. Finding a little gap that Beavers, no one was on Bob. No one was really focusing on Bobby pushing. So No Trust's hamster just kind of took it away and created a huge amount of space and gap between the team, which kind of caused them to flip the sides and stop momentum that Beavers had.
And Bob right back on the barricade for the Redhawks. The Raptor tries to get a kill. Ori's going to get one. And yeah, when you're unable to realize that Bob is being taken right under your nose, going to make things difficult. And Prologue GM falls to Dilfiz, and Bob's going to start pushing. He had that, true to his family name.
I say good 20 meters by Beavers, but I say exactly that little mess up. Nastros finding that gap and just creating that huge amount of space, which kind of just flipped the whole fight and the whole map right now on the Beavers. Maybe they can find an answer with these ults.
Looking for it. The Raptor uses the ult, trying to get something. Backslap, get 2 kills. Been a while since we said their name. Big kills. Tortoise gets them. Guess 7 had the kill on Tortoise. Weeba Hippo. And I think, is it just No Trust right now?
I think No Trust is trying to live as much as they can. Backslap trying to help with that. The rest of the team trying to find those kills, but really can't find much. As that I'm saying Ball is just a pesky cockroach. You can't really kill him. It's just insane work by Nostras, just living there, getting the whole team back in. Now they have a full team fight here. Insane work by Nostras, just living.
Yeah, we are back to the middle. We saw some big team fights. Going to need to see at least one more from BBU Gold as they are down 84 meters. No Trust gets 2. Weeba Hippo the Raptor also going to get 2. Even at 3. And Tortoise falls. Backslap. Going to be the one credited for the kill. But where is Bobby pushing? Where is No Trust?
No Trust is all the way in the back in Beaver's side of the map, hitting that ult, clearing point, and no one was there.
How do they keep doing? Yeah, No Trust finally falls, but how do you keep doing this, right? You try to get kills if you're Gold. You have to get these team fights, and then all of a sudden, no Trust to be found, and he pushes Bob, right? He doesn't get any more meters specifically, but he forces Bob to have to come across the entire map once more.
That's just what the advantage they have with the meter advantage that they are right now. They don't really have to worry about getting meters. They already are winning on that side. All they have to do is stop the Beavers from getting more than them. So they are risking the backline. They're sacrificing those deaths to just stall the time as much as they can.
Weeba Hippo take down Dizzy Zizzy. Hopefully, yeah, somebody sees No Trust bound here. There's 2 people on him. But look how good No Trust contests right before he goes down. Just holding on to the point as tight as he can.
They Guess 7 switching to the Samba, just countering, and then Prologue, I didn't even see the switching to the Brig, both countering that hamster, stopping the momentum and trying to not have him escape with the hack and the shield bash / whip. that come from Brig and Sombra.
Now Malga for No Trust. I think they're just looking to get some team kills. They only really need just about 1 or 2 more. 54 meters to 104. Uh-oh, the entire team currently pushing. Bobby pushing away. This could be detrimental for the gold team. They have to find a way to get in. They have to put a wedge in this door if they want a chance to survive and move on.
Say only 60 seconds to work with. No Trust seeing the heavy ball counter comp that Beavers are running and chose to go 180 and switch onto the Malga, really causing an upset for the Beavers, not finding answers as they can't really deal with it.
Yeah, No Trust 2 more kills, bringing out the end game Malga. 30 seconds left.
Say there goes the Raptor on the Malga too.
Yeah, this is not what you want to see right now. Beavers were not able to push into the objective to get that spawn advantage. The tuning rush comes out backside, trying to do everything they can to prolong this game. All come out from Hippo. Gets 1. Gets 2. Okay. We see you, Hippo. 2 with the ult. But No Trust. No Trust will never die.
No Trust is just living. Say he's not dying at all, just using all the CDs he can, and finally gets brought down by Hippo after such a long standing on point.
Yeah, and if the Beavers want to take game 4 and force a hype game 5, it has to happen now. 65 meters away. You cannot lose a single team fight along the way now.
No Trust, I mean, in spirits of the FNAF movie coming out, it's kind of like William Afton, just always coming back, not dying.
All right, yeah, they're going to need to have to come back the entire way. Or at least, until 120 meters. We'll have to see it. Tortoise going to fall early. And, Get 7 falls. There's Venture, Dizzy Zizzy.
They say Beavers are just trying to get out of that team fight, and that might have been the answer. They know they can't really die. They can't really get staggered into this team fight that the Hawks are trying to stop them into. And they don't. They just kind of move Bobby pushing along, and they find him one by one and pick him off.
Yeah, and a cage from the Raptor. Doofus falls. And Dizzy Zizzy also going to go down. Pushed it, give or take about 12 meters. So still a long ways to go. Here in overtime, cannot lose any more team fights. Again, this is just not something you can do.
They say Beavers playing it very risky but very secure here, as they are just trying to live as much as they can. Make sure that they're alive for when the team comes back. There's still a winnable fight, and they're doing so well right now. It is a 4v5 with Get 7 down, but as a Sombra can get back there fast.
79 meters now. Pushing another double digits. 2 on 3. Uh-oh. Everybody seems to be on Bob right now. We've a Hippo falls. Prologue to Raptor. I think this could be it right here. Big team kill, and that's all she wrote. For game 4, 3-1, your score in Southeast Missouri State. The Redhawks take another game. That's 3 games in a row for them. Play the game still going to go to BBU's very own Reba Hippo.
It's probably, I'm assuming it's going to be the Blade here. Yep, on their side, flipping this point, opening up a chance, but they couldn't find the full win.
Yeah, again, kills from Reba Hippo. 3-1, your playoff score for the semifinals, and that is unfortunately going to be all that we have for you tonight. Beavers going to go down. They're going to be playing in the 3rd place match next Thursday for ECAC. I don't know if we'll have anybody stream it, unfortunately. School is going to be, going to be out by then. But if we do stream, make sure you guys tune in for it. That'll be probably one of the last things that is streamed for the year. And I just want to thank every single person who was on and watching the stream tonight, and to everybody who watched any stream at all this entire semester. Of course, they're probably not watching right now. That they will be able to spiritually feel my message, obviously. But again, we thank you guys so much. This is another great semester overall. Just a few more ECAC 3rd place matches coming your way. Smash Bros plays tomorrow. That'll be streamed maybe, perchance. I'm not quite sure. You guys just, again, keep an eye out for that. Rainbow Six Siege, I think, has an ECAC. No, I don't know. Rainbow Six might have something. They're playing in a national championship game tonight. Go to the Midwest Rainbow Six Division 4 through 6 National Championship Wichita State Wichita State Tech versus our very own BVU, just Beavers for R6. Again, that is Midwest R6. Tell your friends, tell them to go down and support. We're in a big fight over there. And that is going to be it for Overwatch here this season. One more game left. I don't know if anybody will stream it, so this might be it. And I will finally stop yapping. Iron Giant, what else you got?
Make sure just to check the socials, even if those ain't streamed. We're still going to post them on Instagram and all the other stuff. Check the scores. Support the Beavers that way. And just have a happy holidays. Drive safe out there. The weather is getting rougher, so...
Oh, yeah. It's tough out here right now.
Thanks for all watching. We appreciate it. Couldn't make it happen without you guys.
All right. And for signing off, potentially what could be the final time this semester with my main man, Iron Giant, the infamous JV Man JV, telling you guys... goodbye. We'll see you next time. Good night, Storm Lake.